Guys, why do you think XRP is hated so much by so many people? My thought is that the XRP ledger is the only blockchain network that isn't sketchy, and I think that poses a threat to people who would like to misuse the crypto network for their own individual benefits. Today, we have a lot to talk about. First, check out this video by Gary Gensler.
What is a qualified custodian, and what does it have to do with the securities laws? A qualified custodian. No, not groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons. I'm talking about a different kind of custodian, one that safeguards your assets when you work with an investment advisor. Investment advisors advise investors or funds with literally tens of trillions of dollars of assets under management. They advise mutual funds, hedge funds, pension and retirement funds, endowments, or those robo-advisor apps that you might use. Thus, it's pretty important that when you entrust your assets to an advisor, they don't inappropriately use, lose, or abuse your assets. That's why we at the SEC have a custody rule. The rule requires that any advisor who can access your funds must use a qualified custodian to protect your funds. The thing is, we haven't updated our custody rule since 2009, just after the financial crisis and major frauds like what happened with Bernie Madoff. The next year, though, in 2010, given these events, Congress gave the SEC greater authority and scope to expand our custody rule to better protect your assets placed with an advisor, not just your funds or securities, but all of your assets. And using these authorities, earlier today, we put out a new proposal to do what Congress asked and to account for the lessons and new technology from the last 13 years. Under the proposal, a qualified custodian would be subject to independent audits, certain documentation requirements, and yes, to segregate your assets into an account with your name on it. These updated rules would better help protect your and groundskeeper Willie's assets with advisors. The rules apply to crypto assets with advisors as well. Thus, that advisor would be required to keep your crypto with a qualified custodian, not on any crypto trading platform based on how they currently operate, but with a qualified custodian. Crypto companies may claim they can take proper custody of your assets, but when these companies fail, something that we've seen time and again, investors' assets often have disappeared or become the property of the failed company. And you as an investor end up stuck in line at the bankruptcy court. So beware, even if a crypto company claims that they custody your assets, it's not the same as qualified custody. Through our proposed rule, investors would get the time-tested protections and yes, qualified custodians they deserve. So please weigh in on our proposal.
As always, welcome to Moneyside, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new video. Don't forget to smash that like button, and you can always leave a comment or a question in the section below.
What's up, fam? They're going after DeFi, they're going after stable coins, they're going after staking, and the war is just beginning. Meanwhile, Ripple's battle is coming to an end. They weren't there to defend them, and we're going to finish this ourselves.
Let's end on this. I'm sure we'll ask a lot of our guests today for their reaction. We just saw an SEC official say that the SEC believes that Ether, at least for one, we want to know about other currencies as well.
Because of breaking news.
Yeah, that's it. Not a security, says the SEC. What is your take on that?
I can't speak to Ether or the SEC's decision, but it's really clear to us that XRP is not a security. It doesn't meet the definitions of a security. But I think that kind of clarity from the SEC really helps. And I think it helps innovation happen in the world of technology. There is clearly some amazing possibilities in this technology. When the day comes out that the SEC has made it really clear what the lanes are in which we can operate in this country, it's going to be good for the innovation in that industry. It's going to be bad for the crooks, and I'm all for that. But the other thing I'll say is that a lot of other countries are ahead of the U.S. in offering those clear lanes to operate. And the U.S. was able to create a free and open internet by sending some sort of saying, we're going to stay out of the way. Illegal activity is illegal activity, but we're going to make sure you've got some clear lanes to develop this technology. And as a result, the U.S. is the leader in technology in the world. Well, this is the next wave of technology. And there are other countries that recognize this really clearly, and they are offering those white lanes. And the economy, because of the internet, is more global than it has ever been. Entrepreneurs can pick up, get in the plane, and go take their business and take their venture capital investment, build a company in Switzerland, or build a company in Singapore. And those countries are strongly encouraging. I would like to see it happen here in the U.S., and I would like to see the U.S. Help that the good technologies happen and the crooks go away. And I think the SEC is doing that. I was really encouraged to hear what I heard this morning. But let's go, guys. It's time to go. The world's not waiting for this.
Let's go. All right, can we have a round of applause for Corey?
Thank you.
Hey there.
You mentioned the speed of cross-border payments and the opaqueness of that process, and I guess it's also error-prone to some extent with SWIFT. Santander seems to be trying to approach it with a partnership with Ripple. Just curious what your thoughts are on that.
So I do think that of the use cases out there, cross-border is one of the most compelling. We know that intermediation chains cross-border are long and quite opaque, and they're slow, and they can be quite costly. So my sense is that technology with appropriate safeguards could make a material impact and likely will. And it may well be through a partnership model. I don't want to pronounce on any particular approach, but there are a variety of partnerships out there that are trying to innovate and to reduce frictions and increase transparency for those cross-border transactions. In my sense, I'm fairly optimistic that there are some good solutions out there that don't necessitate a global stablecoin.
Ripple is currently donating over $1 million to support NGOs in providing earthquake relief in Turkey and Syria through Crypto Fund. The company also donated $250,000 in XRP and will also match 2-to-1 all crypto donations here, up to $750,000. Ripple is always on the forefront when it comes to helping the world, and this gesture goes to show that this company only means well. Lumbery shared a post saying that if you have this shit product, you'll do anything to stop competition. What they mean by this is if you have US dollars, you will always try to wipe out any form of competition that comes your way. Case in point, XRP. Remember, Rosie Rios is also on the dollar sign, and she is a member of Ripple.
And we are just now where we move into the exponential phase. And I agree. Artificial intelligence, but not only artificial intelligence, but also the metaverse, near space technologies, and I could go on and on, synthetic biology. Our life in 10 years from now will be completely different, very much affected, and who masters those technologies in some way will be the master of the world.
Here's another tweet from Lumbery says that the FTX fraud hurt all cryptocurrency users. Now some American politicians want to use this fraud to hurt cryptocurrency users even further. It's psychopathic. I've said this time and time again. The SEC will use this opportunity to enforce their law onto the crypto world, and that's what they're currently doing. The regulatory body is going after the staking technology, which is absurd. And get this, almost all cryptos right now run on POS, which basically means the SEC, in one way or the other, will start to hunt down all cryptocurrencies. Guys, if you don't invest in the right cryptos, this year might be one of the worst years ever for crypto. According to Jake Chervinsky, today the SEC proposed changes to the investment advisor custody rule that seem designed to prohibit U.S. firms from investing in U.S. crypto companies. This proposal would flagrantly violate the SEC's mission by making investors less safe and by discouraging capital formation. Commissioner Uyeda explains, this approach to custody appears to mask a policy decision to block access to crypto as an asset class. It deviates from the Commission's long-standing position of neutrality on the merits of investments. All in all, the U.S. is becoming a toxic environment for crypto investors and could likely lead to the most crypto firms to move their capital from the American soil. At some point in the future, crypto firms will have had enough of the lack of regulations and the forceful legal actions taken against them. And the first company to move out of the U.S. will likely be Ripple. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. We offer prayers for the victims of the earthquake in Turkey and in Syria. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.